Okay. Welcome to the stream. Are we live? Are we live? Can anyone hear me? Help! Help! Can anyone hear me? I hope so. That would be nice. That would be nice. Welcome to the stream. Hello. We're back. It's another Tuesday. It's another 9 o'clock. It's another 7 o'clock live stream. We're back. We're here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. As I always say, 3 times just to sort of emphasize it. Let's bring the chat over here so I can actually like look at you guys while I'm streaming, opposed to the alternative. Hello, Jester Spades. Hello, SK. Hello, Cybernova DW. Welcome, Danny Phillipson. Welcome, 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 everyone. One and all to this YouTube live stream. Hope you're all enjoying yourself. That doesn't feel focused. I feel like it's a little bit out. I feel like it's very out, actually. Okay, that's better. There we go. There we go. Amos Rand, welcome to the stream. We'll crack open the, the inaugural monster and unwrap the inaugural Morrison's pot pie, which is quite a big pot pie today. We're going big today. I love this. As usual, if you're wondering why I'm making a twat of myself on stream, it's because I've just got in from work and I'm live streaming for your lovely entertainment. So indulge me in a pot pie and a monster. Have you watched Barbie yet? Yes, I have. It's brilliant. I love it. It was great. A lot of fun with it. That's an enormous pot pie. It's not actually that easy to eat. But yes, welcome. If you're not familiar with what we do on these live streams here, every single Tuesday at 7 o'clock, we start live streaming here on YouTube for about half an hour before heading over to my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/georgesheard, shown on screen over here, in this corner up here, and in the description, maybe, and potentially in the chat if I quickly share it so you guys can see that. So yes, at about 7:30 we'll be going over there. And today we are playing Five Nights at Freddy's. It's a bit of an old one. It's a one that I remember playing a lot on this channel, actually. Quite a few years ago before I did Doctor Who. It was something that I kind of grew up with a little bit. And today is the 9th anniversary of the first game, so I thought, the film's coming out this year, it's the anniversary of the game, I want to revisit it. We've just finished Portal 2 last week, so it's a very good little slot to fit in like a complete playthrough of that, if we can get through it. But yeah, I don't think the last time I played that game on any sort of like online thing was fucking ages ago. It was really a long time ago, and to the point where I was doing it probably on my laptop and with the webcam quality of a potato, I think. More of a mukbang, really. Can you have quiche as a snack of the week next week to complete the picnic-style foods? I might have quiche at some point. Quiche seems a little bit too extravagant to have on a live stream, whereas a pot pie it's just a big pot pie, isn't it? I don't know what more I was expecting. Welcome, Tharies. Welcome, welcome. How you doing, man? Silk Vampy. Hello from Germany. Hello. I would try and talk some German because I studied at a GCSE, but I really can't remember much of it, other than how to count to 12 and how to say the word birthday. Scotch egg. You know what? I'm gonna shock you here. I've never eaten a Scotch egg. Never eaten a Scotch egg. Disgraceful, I know. Welcome, Midnight Moonwolf. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, Doctor Who stuff. What's going on in the world of Doctor Who at the minute? Have we got any new stuff? They announced just now. They announced like a novelization update for like Rose. They're doing like an illustrated version with pictures, which is really cool. It's like a collector's edition Target book. Since it's the episode that brought the show back in 2005, since it's written by Russell T Davies, it's just very easy to approve, I presume. But yeah, it looks really cool. The cover looks really cool. We don't know much information about it other than that it's going to have some pics in it, and it's going to be the same story. But the novelization is brilliant. I've actually read the Rose novelization. I think it's class. I don't know how is that possible. And if that's referring to the Scotch egg, I've never had one. I've never had a Scotch egg. I didn't have a pork pie until like 2 years ago. Quite a treat, let me tell you. More of a scrambled egg guy. Yeah, me too. Next week's Scotch egg official thoughts. And official thoughts? Initial thoughts. I might do. I don't know if I want to try a Scotch egg on stream. I think I'll make a twat of myself trying food, because then it will become a mukbang. You know what I mean? I don't want to end up like fucking Nikocado Avocado in like a month, you know, eating just loads of shite. Big Chief died. Yeah, Big Chief died. Welcome, Chummus. I said Chummus. Chums fan. 1, 2, 4, 3. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, Big Chief died, didn't it? That was interesting. A lot of people... this is the thing with with some Doctor Who fans that I see. It's like... I don't love... Like... I never bought a single one of them. I've never even considered getting a single one of them. I think they all look a bit... like... naff. In some respects. I think they're like amazing, but they're just so expensive, and I'm not a big like expensive collector. But some of them I think look really good. I think it's just a shame that when something like this goes down, like someone's livelihood and business, a lot of people just kind of tend to like go and celebrate it, which to me feels a little bit weird. I don't know about that. I don't know how I feel about that really. It's sort of... yeah, it's just a bit of a strange one, to me anyway. I feel like I can understand, but it is at the end of the day someone's livelihood and someone's business, and you know, they did make some good stuff. They wouldn't have made it this long with the Doctor Who line if no one bought them, so it was clearly a big deal to a lot of people. Is a Magnum ice cream too extravagant for this stream? Yeah, probably. Although maybe not. Magnum's not that... I could just have a Magnum on stream. I mean, I would say in the summer, but it is already summer and it's fucking freezing, so I'd rather have a pork pie. Did Peter never give you a nibble on your DAV? No, he did not have a Scotch egg. He loved a Scotch egg, did Peter. Nikocado Avocado, but make it Doctor Who, yeah. Apparently the new TARDIS is about to leak? I've heard of this. Yeah. Tharis, you got it bang on, really. I think it's like when something goes down and it's like sort of in, you see like big threads of people getting loads of likes just because they're like kind of shitting on it, or... I mean, yeah, you can praise it or shit on it. It's like, it's up to you. But like, it just finds it weird now that it's like, as soon as their business and livelihood is like gone under and they're in like significant debt, you know, people are like, yo, well, they were never good anyway. Oh, I'm so shocked. It's like, come on, like, just be a bit civil. I know we're Doctor Who fans, for fuck's sake, but be a bit civil. So what's happening with the leaked TARDIS then? Because people are talking about this now all over, as per. I'm not saying anything. I've heard there's some stuff about it, but I don't really know what the crack is. Yeah, there's like one or two sources saying that, oh, it's about to leak, but you never know until it happens, really, do you? It's already leaked? Okay. It has leaked before anyway. But, like, I don't know. It has leaked before. I've seen the new console. Lots of people have seen the new console, but it's not. Yeah, there's nothing really that I'm seeing on Twitter about it. Well, it leaked ages ago. It leaked fucking yonks back. I remember seeing it. I thought there was like a new one. People are talking about a new one. Yeah, I don't know. It's a nice TARDIS, but the BBC have been quite good with some of these things, in terms of leaks recently. So we'll see what happens. It's TARDIS month anyway, so I presume if it's about to leak, then that's because it was going to be announced anyway, and I feel like someone's got a hold of it and maybe threatening to leak it or something like that. So we'll see what happens. I reckon we'll see a leak or an official announcement, probably within a few days of each other. But if you do see it, tag me on Twitter. You know what to do, at georgesheard. I wouldn't mind seeing it. It's not really for content anymore, is it? I don't really report on leak stuff. I don't report on anything. What am I talking about? But I'm just interested as a fan now at this point, and I feel like I've already seen it, so seeing a HD image of it isn't going to be any different. I mean, it will be different, but like it's not going to be any more spoilery. Yeah. Lost track of time. Welcome, Alternate 13th. Welcome to the stream. I have the TARDIS and Sierra as my screensaver. The new one, or just like one in general? You hyped for the FNAF movie? I am, actually. It's one of those things, again, the reason I'm playing it today as well is because I think the film trailer came out and I was like, God, I feel like I need to revisit that because it's such a part of my like childhood, like growing up and like horror games and stuff. Like Five Nights at Freddy's I was obsessed with it for like a year, 2 years. And then went off it. I don't follow any of the new shit, really. I don't really know what's going on. And it just became too complicated to follow anyway in terms of a story. But, yeah, I am very... Like, I'm interested to just see... yeah, I'm just interested to see what that's like playing again. And, yeah, I'm excited for the film. Saw the trailer, loved it. Give me proper nostalgia. So, again, it's made me want to revisit it today. So, again, if you're not already aware of what we do on these streams, we... The bitrate is apparently too high. Okay, well that's fixed. If you're not familiar with what we do on these streams, we come here every Tuesday from 7 o'clock on YouTube, talk about some Doctor Who stuff, and after about half an hour we sort of migrate over to Twitch, which is kind of what I do mostly nowadays. And from about 7:30 onwards, for the next sort of 2 hours or something, I'll play some video games. And today I'm playing Five Nights at Freddy's, a game that I'm revisiting, which we were just talking about really. I've done full playthroughs of The Last of Us. I've touched on Spider-Man Miles Morales. I've done a full playthrough of Portal 2 now as well. So it's going strong. We've been going every Tuesday, so please do hop along over to Twitch if you haven't been doing in previous weeks. Would very much appreciate it. The link is in the description, I think, but I'll stick it in the chat just again. So in about past we'll be heading over there, just unless something big Doctor Who happens that we want to talk about. But yeah, that's what we'll be doing. So yeah, stick around and try it out if you haven't already. Yeah, BBC are aware it's about to leak again. Honestly, if that does happen, I'd rather than just formally reveal it. Yeah, I feel like that is exactly what I want to happen as well. I feel it's one of those things. If it leaks, just reveal it. And I think, to be fair, the current marketing team have been really good at that. Whenever something has leaked, they've just kind of shown it anyway, for the most part. You know, like if a photo on set comes out, then there's an official promo photo like a few hours later or the day after or something. So like Bonnie Langford and Shooty Gap were on the bike. There was an official released photo of that just after as well. It's really good because you feel a little bit more engagement and less like trying to hide everything. Hide stuff, but if it's already in the public eye, just show it. Like with Flux, people saw the Weeping Angels, the Sontarans, and they weren't even in the first teaser trailer, for fuck's sake. Like, we knew they were going to be in it, and it just didn't, I don't know, it's just weird to hide that after so long. Apparently someone's reporting Dr. Sonic stopped working a week after they got it. I wouldn't be surprised. As we talked about last week when we unboxed it. They're a bit naff. Was it last week we unboxed it, or was it the week before? I think it might have been last week. Hated Resident Evil. The Doctor is Barbie. The only reason in watching is because of Wilf's return, and the Goat Tennant returning. That's literally it. I feel like you've got to give it a chance, though, again. I think Doctor Who does reinvent itself, and I think, give it some time. I honestly, I think, the Tennant's coming back, all these familiar assets. I think it's the 60th, it's a good time to get people back into the show again, and I think, I don't think we'll ever reach the heights of the last Tennant era in terms of, viewership, but the way we consume media nowadays has changed, and I think Doctor Who as a brand has a lot of potential on worldwide streaming platforms. But obviously on the UK, on BBC TV, so I feel like it's not going to get cancelled or shit if it doesn't do amazing in terms of viewership. It's just about the content itself that comes out actually being good. That's what we kind of want, I think. I get the feeling it was hoped to be revealed in episode, but as it might be about to leak, they're getting ahead and thinking, well, more promo then, let's do it. That's true, but then also I feel like as well, they've done a TARDIS month, haven't they, on the Doctor Who Twitter, and they did Sonic Screwdriver month last month, and that's when they revealed that. So it sort of was hinting that they might reveal the TARDIS thing this month. They put a thing on Instagram, I think they were teasing. They sort of said, "You never forget the first time you see a TARDIS console," or something like that. It's kind of teasing a little bit. Oh, I think Ncuti being a popular Doctor is definitely possible, 100%. Because I think he's got a good reputation anyway. He's well known enough. So yeah, I think there's a lot of excitement around it. Honestly, I think there's a lot of attention, and he's the perfect person to cast for it in terms of not just fame, but also talent and prowess and approach to the role. I think is just really exciting. Jodie's was never revealed prior to the episode, and I love that. You got that sort of leak. You got leaks. The thing is, you basically saw all of Jodie's TARDIS before, because there was this sort of archive of photos. The first photo that got leaked was when all the lights were turned off. That was very good quality. The other photos were leaked from a photographer thing, and there was one of Jodie walking into the TARDIS, and you saw the back of where the TARDIS door would be, so that was one side of it, and then you saw through the doorway you could kind of see the colours of the TARDIS, so you could piece the three together and work out kind of what the console looked like. So it was leaked, but they never officially revealed it, so good for them. What's next month going to be? I don't know. You've got September, October, and then November. I think they're just going to ramp up promotion, aren't they, really? I love the fact that we're getting announcements every week, basically, of something new. We've got the Sonic Screwdriver announcement, and then the Sonic Screwdriver toy announcement, and then obviously you've got the novelisation thing here with Rose. There's loads of good Big Finish stuff coming out at the minute. Not that I really pay attention to it, but you've got some cool stuff coming out. There's this Doomsday thing, which I'm sure some people care about. Yeah, it's fun. I kind of messed up where I could see the Sci Strike helping Doctor Who on Disney Plus because there'll be nothing else to watch. Yeah, I mean, you're probably right, in a sense, yeah. I reckon we'll just push it anyway. What are we looking at on Twitter? Is anything coming out? Unlikely. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything. What's your least favourite companion? I don't really have a least favourite companion. Well, maybe out of the ones I've seen fully now, I haven't seen a lot of Classic Who, bear in mind. Ryan is there, to be honest. Look, I do actually like Graham, I do like Yaz. It's not like an anti-13th Doctor thing at all, because it seems that sort of thing happens these days anyway, but I've always been kind of supportive of that, and I think like a lot of what I see is really good, and a lot of what I see excites me in that respect, but yeah, I think with Ryan I was never really sold on him as a character. Oh, you fucking looped me in with the Adam thing. No, of course I fucking hate Adam. But I don't count him as a companion. He was in two episodes maybe. Yeah, 2 episodes. I'm not going to remember that. I was 4 when that came out. I just think with Ryan, it's like a fully fledged companion. 2 whole seasons of the show. And I just never really think they had a good idea with what they were doing with the character. And that, I mean, with all the characters and stories and stuff like that, I think, like, personality, like, what was his arc? Like, what did he overcome? He overcome a few stuff, the dyspraxia thing is obviously there, but, like, I think, as a character, I just never really found him that compelling, and I think, I don't know, I'm not a huge fan of Tosin Cole and his work with Doctor Who, really, to be honest. I just was a bit let down by it. I think Tosin Cole trying to do like a Sheffield accent and kind of getting that sort of weird in between. It was just there's a few strange choices with that character that I thought were interesting towards the beginning, but just ended up with just shit, and I just didn't like them. But yeah, what Ryan? Yeah, exactly. Ryan didn't really. He's such a forgettable companion. Like I like to like him, but it's like he is just a bit of a forgettable companion, and that's just the truth of it. Like, it's nothing personal, it's just in terms of writing, in terms of performance, there was nothing really notable about him. Like, Mandev Gill gave her all with like Yasmin Khan, and it was just like how it was written over time and stuff, but I think the Thasmin stuff towards the end kind of redeemed it. It sort of gave her like a driving force, and I think that was really good. And Graham was great comic relief. That's what you kind of want. Like, it was no Wilf, you know, but it was about the sort of same quality as, I guess, like Nardole was, right? I mean, like, yeah, Nardole was a robot and had some, you know, more fun moments and qualities, but I think Bradley Walsh was Graham. There's just natural charisma there, so it worked, and it was nice filler. But we didn't need filler. What we needed was, I mean, filler would have been good if they had 2 strong companions from the start, but I think Yaz got better as time went on, and Ryan just never picked up for me. I think Ryan's motivation for leaving worked well, and I think that's good. But I think that's about it. Yeah, it's a bit of a shame. But again, I don't know. Yeah. Yeah, I think Ryan's probably up there as one of my least favourite companions, to be honest. I'd love to say otherwise, but it's not true. Out of the ones I've seen, obviously I haven't seen a lot of Classic Who, so it's hard to it's sort of like, if you see a companion that's just like doesn't leave much of an impression on you because you've watched like 1 episode of Classic Who, that's different to watching 2 seasons of a character that you don't like. That gives a stronger impression. So I like him the least. New Fall Guys Doctor Who stuff. What are we saying? Oh, I see. I'm not subscribed to a lot of Doctor Who stuff now, so I just miss these things. I've not really been following that. So they've dropped some like Fall Guys skins, right, and some like content for Doctor Who tie-in, which is really good. I think that's. I don't really know much about the game Fall Guys, so it's hard to sort of, I guess, get it. But I've heard it's good, so it's a good anything that's tying into Doctor Who at the minute. It's good promotion, so I love it. Ryan didn't work with 13. He could have been better with a different Doctor. Ryan would have been good with 12. Yeah. Oh yeah, you've retweeted it. Hang on. I haven't been seeing like anything at the moment. Oh right. Oh cool. Okay. So we've got a bit of like a 14th Doctor thing, TARDIS skin, Cyberman skin, and then some like floating Cyberman stuff. I don't really know how this game works, but that's quite cool. It's a really good tie-in. Love that. Love that, love that, love that. Welcome, Paul. Yeah. Yeah, Martha would be a great return, but I don't want them to just keep bringing companions back for the sake of it. I kind of want to move in a strong direction. Now, I know, obviously, like Bonnie Langford's coming back, bringing Kate Stewart back. I don't want too many more big names coming back for Shooty's first series. I really feel like we need to be going in like a positive new direction. Because if you, I do like I like connecting to the past. You know what I'm like. I'm a fan. At the end of the day, I'm going to take in that stuff. I will happily eat all that up. But I will say that I think for the longevity of the show, and I think for the best thing now would be to kind of not like clean slate, like connect it obviously, but a bit like series 1 of new series Doctor Who did, right? References like Cyberman head, Daleks, but a new vision for the show. You know what I mean? Yeah. Today I got a script done for the 60th anniversary tie-in I wanted to write. Prob's going to narrate it and post it to Twitter close to the time. That's cool. Be sure to tag me in it when you post it. That'd be great. Nice one, man. If you had to choose for one to return to Series 14 from the Whittaker era, who would you pick? Series 12, 13 Master or the Fugitive Doctor, the Master? Sacha Dhawan's Master would be a great like Anthony Ainley equivalent where he's like the master of multiple doctors. I hate this like new Who obsession with giving every doctor their equivalent master. The thing that worked so well about that character is he was the same guy for like a lot of those stories, and I think it just separates us a bit from the Doctor. Like obviously we know anyway when like usually most of the time when a Doctor regenerates, we get a new showrunner or something like that or something along those lines. Whereas, if all of the cast change, including stuff like the Master, it just kind of feels like, yeah, this is a very separate thing now. And I liked when Sim came back for Capaldi's era. I wouldn't want to change that. But I feel like if they recast the Master again, it's like, oh, for fuck's sake, we're doing it again. It's like just continuing and just churning out the same shit. Whereas if they brought back like Sasha's Master or another Master, that would be amazing, absolutely. So if I had a choice between them two, to avoid confusion with the Fugitive Doctor stuff, I think Russell will probably never touch on the Timeless Child stuff and kind of just leave it, because I think it needs time to just kind of disappear. I don't want to see the Master again for a while, but if I was going to see the Master again, I'd want it to be like Sasha, or, Michelle, or John. I think it needs to be one of them three. It would be perfect for it. Or another actor to take up like a Delgado thing. I don't know. That would be cool. In any form. Oh yeah, I don't want to see him either. I feel like we have seen too much of the Master recently, and I think it overdoes it. The exciting thing about Series 8 when Missy was there is like, God, we haven't seen the Master since like Tennant regenerated, so it felt like a long time. Whereas like the Master's been in like literally almost every fucking series in the last few years, and I'm like getting a little bit sick of it now. Because the Master didn't appear from the end of time until like Series 8, which isn't that long. Obviously it's only about 4 years, but it's still something. And then the Master appeared in Series 8, Series 9, Series 10, Series 12, and Series 13. Specials, but still Series 13. if the Master shows up in series 14 or 15, it just kind of kills that a little bit. Same with the Daleks, but I don't actually mind seeing the Daleks because it's sort of like a staple at this point that we're going to see the Daleks. So, yeah, I'm game for it, really, to be honest. Yeah. What are your thoughts on Doctor Who YouTubers getting to work on official Doctor Who stuff? I think that's great. I think where there's talent, there's, the thing is, it's not a... YouTubing depends on the kind of like YouTube you do. It shows off a lot of potential and stuff, and like again, like with Ben Pickles, like John Smith VFX, like he started on YouTube and he's bloody talented, so he got brought onto the show, and that's amazing, and that's a fantastic little thing. You have some really talented you have some really talented filmmakers and some really talented writers and some really talented musicians who are in the Doctor Who community who upload stuff to YouTube. And it'd be great to see more of that in the future, because it's a really nice... You get stuff like a lot of people get into film through Doctor Who. Doctor Who Confidential back in the day, I did. I'd love to work on Doctor Who, but not in the same capacity as a lot of other people would. And definitely not through my YouTube merit. I'd want to earn a position... If I was ever going to work on Doctor Who, I'd want to earn that off my own merit, opposed to just being well known on YouTube. That's a sort of different thing, you know what I mean? But it's a nice idea, and I love the fact they're bringing on people who are fans, because at the end of the day, these are the fans who know the show. They know what looks good and what doesn't look good, what looks satisfying. Like a VFX artist will know how to make the TARDIS look good because they're so familiar with it and love the show and all that sort of thing. Like musicians, exactly the same thing. I don't think there's the Dalek every series rule is real or fake. I think it's pretty much fake, but like they still do it because it's probably like less of a legal obligation and more of the BBC going, I want to see a Dalek in every series because we need to sell merch about Daleks, and stuff like that. I reckon it's something along those lines, really. I think all the big three should take a little rest. I prefer the Cybermen to the Daleks, but honestly I feel like they've been overdone more than the Daleks. Yeah, honestly, I'd rather see the Daleks than the Cybermen. I feel like I've seen far too much Cybermen recently, and they just, again, lose their charm. I think the best they were in Series 10. And then even then, Cybermen have appeared in, I think, every season now. Since, well, other than Series 3, because they're in Series 4 if you include the Next Doctor, Series 5 in the Pandorica, Series 6, Good Man Goes to War, and Closing Time. God, that's 2 episodes. Series 7, Nightmare in Silver. Series 8, the finale. Series 9, not quite. But then Series 10, again, another 2-part finale with the Master. And then, not in Series 11, but then another 3-part finale with the Master in Series 12. And then they appear in Flux, all sorts. They appeared in The Power of the Doctor, again with the Master. I'm sick of seeing the Cybermen with the Master. It'd be nice to see them where the Master's not involved for once. Do something separate. Although I think World Enough and Time and the Doctor Falls are immaculate Doctor Who stories. I think they're actually brilliant. I'm sick of seeing that combination. I'm sick of seeing the same thing with Doctor Who. I feel like I've seen the same thing so many times now. Oh, the Cybermen and the Master team up. They've never done that before. It's like every other series at this point. It's happening, So I'd rather give that a bit of a break for now. It was unique when Moffat did it in Series 8 because it was the first time it had been done. It was the first time the Master had mixed with like the Cybermen, like the Daleks as well, like the Magician's Apprentice. It was nice to mix those characters and those stories and those monsters, and I think that's an interesting concept. Like for Missy to meet Davros, super cool. Just never happens. But then I want to just see some new good stuff, really. But there we go. I don't know. I feel like there's some monsters in Doctor Who that never really get seen. Like the Sontarans. Bringing the Sontarans back was class. Bringing the Weeping Angels back was class. Like, great ideas for Flux because they're not big bads, but they are sort of very well known enough that it works. The Sontarans, I think, were really well done in series 13 in Flux. Like, I don't love the episodes, but I love the characterization of the Sontarans It felt very accurate, and I love the design and the idea and everything. It just was so good. I love that. The Weeping Angels were great as well. Weeping Angels are always great because they've got a really nice, strict rule set and concept, and you have to kind of stick within that. But if it's overdone, it will ruin it. I probably need to watch Flux again, actually. Well, not all of Flux, but I think I need to watch, like, Village of the Angels again, is what I meant by that. Anyway, it is 7:30. So what we might do now is we might migrate over to Twitch. Now, I know a lot of you don't tend to do this, and that's completely fine. If this is where you want to check out, you're more than welcome to. But every single Tuesday, we'll be back here, 7 o'clock, until about 7:30ish, like we are now. And then we migrate over to twitch.tv/georgesheard, which I'm going to send a little link to right now. It's exactly the same as YouTube, completely free to watch, free to make an account, free to tune in. It's just more interactive, and it supports me a little bit more as well, and it helps separate it. I'm still going to talk about Doctor Who. If you ask about Doctor Who, I'm still happy to waffle about that, but the only difference is we'll be playing a video game in the background. And today, to celebrate the 9th anniversary of the game, we'll be playing Five Nights at Freddy's. So please do check out the link in the chat. Head over there now, and as soon as this live stream stops, in about a minute after that, we'll be live on Twitch on that exact link. So go over there and refresh it in about a minute if you need to. But yeah, that is the plan. Please do go and try it out. I know it's not for everyone. And you might think, well, it's not the same as YouTube. You can talk about Doctor Who. You can waffle about Doctor Who. You can ask me Doctor Who related questions. This is just something I like to do. And it's nice to have a bit of a YouTube bit and then a bit of a Twitch bit. So yeah, I'd really appreciate it if any and all of you decided to pop over, try it out, go and drop me a follow. So yeah, head over, and if you want to keep asking about Doctor Who, I will happily answer more questions regarding Doctor Who. It's not a complete cut-off, but yeah, it's just a nice way of promoting other stuff that I do as well. So yes, head over there now. We're going to wrap this stream up. So yes, head over to the link in the chat, twitch.tv/gbsheard, and